Every calisthenics athlete wonders about why people are just not amazed by our calisthenics skills. Full planche, full maltese, full front lever, one arm front lever. They don't care. They simply just don't care. Why, when these skills are a display of crazy, of brutal strength, you've built after an insanely long period of time, after years of work in order to learn them just for a few seconds, and that's in a better case, because there are some athletes who cannot even hold full front lever after 6 years. Anyways, the reason is pretty simple. They don't care. They don't simply know that full maltese is a hella difficult skill that can only few achieve in terms of, like, the human race or what? Basically short people. If you will do handstand, you will amaze more people than if you do full planche, and that's a cruel truth. And remember that, so don't flex with full planche. Anyways, in today's video, I would like to talk about how, in my opinion, you could make these not really attractive skills when it comes to normal people, how to make them attractive. But first of all, let's name a few exercises that I will remember and I will not forget, and I will try to rate them somehow in terms of like attractiveness, in terms of like how many people were amazed by them. And let's start by this simple push-up. Of course, it depends to what people you will show any of these exercises we will talk about today, but let's say that in this video we'll talk about people with zero fitness background. They cannot do push-up, chin-up, not mentioning pull-up. Right at the beginning, I have to mention it once more. Don't forget that you have to think what the other people you are showing those skills think about them. So yeah, if you will pull up 10 push-ups on your party with normal people, oh yeah, push-up. Hey. By the way, isn't it that this TikTok song? Let me be your pusher, hey. Today's music is shit, man. In order for them to be amazed by your performance in push-ups, pull-ups, for example, they have to be able to empathize in your... Is it the right word? Yeah, empathize. Empathize meaning that they, for example, try those push-ups you are doing on the party, don't drink up, and they know because they tried it and they horribly failed, for example, they know that they are hard. Even though push-ups can do every Russian girl after 2 years of life, man. So yeah, remember this. They know how hard are push-ups, so they will admire your performance in push-ups. If you can do 10 push-ups, 20 push-ups, when it comes to normal mortal guys, you are a god. That's how people see Chris area. I'm every day closing my doors to Miami, I guess. You know what, let's forget about the rating, let's just talk about it. Another basic fundamental calisthenics exercise, pull-ups or chin-ups. So let's see about the chin-ups. Pull-ups are, again, for the normal mortal guys, a very hard skill exercise, let's say. For example, I remember myself trying in a PE lesson a pullover. Pullover at like 7th grade, 8th grade, for example. I was already pretty tall, zero strength, zero muscles, and I just couldn't do it. My PE teacher had to like push my butt up and And pullover is pull up with a little bit of extra movement added to it. And I believe that today's kids, today's adults cannot even do a pullover. So when you will pull off 10 pull-ups, 20 pull-ups, you are freaking godsdack, man. 20 pull-ups. I can't imagine myself doing 10 pull-ups. That's, I believe, a typical answer you will get from these guys when you will show off 10 pull-ups. Here again works the empathy people have. Everybody knows. Your grandmother knows them, your mother knows them. So they know how they are hard and so they can admire you. If they don't know how front lever high is hard, they cannot admire really. Can they? No, they cannot. And of course, if you want to level it up and be even bigger god, you will do higher pull-ups. You will do pull-ups to your waist. And that is another level of god level. If you can do pull-ups, you are a freaking beast, man. But if you can do high pull-ups... Okay. Of course, to this, I don't want to make this video too long. One-arm pull-ups are again more impressive to normal people than one-arm planche. So even the one-arm pull-up is complete beginner exercise to one-arm planche. Sure, I'm comparing two different exercises, but whatever. Archer pull-ups, typewriter pull-ups, L-sit pull-ups, all variations of pull-ups. Basically, you can just tell your friends that pull-ups are hard, L-sit pull-up is much harder. And so they can create by that some picture about how difficult it is. Maybe they can even try it. These exercises have an advantage of being pretty accessible, push-ups. Can you do push-ups? Show me. He will try it, he will fall on his nose, and he immediately knows how hard they are. But when it comes to planche, you can try to show them how to do tuck planche, but these moves, without any preparation, without ever exercising, are not really a fun stuff to try. Maybe they can even end up having a bicep tear. In the worst possible scenarios, I believe it's time for the handstand. Again, handstand, another exercise in which people can really find themselves struggling back in the days when they tried it at elementary, at high school, for example, where they fell on their head has. So again, they know how hard it is just to hold a 10 seconds handstand hold, a pretty beginner skill to have. When it comes to the handstands, we got two options to choose from. We can go either to one arm handstand variations, one arm handstand flag, one arm handstand, or we can choose to take a path to the handstand push-ups. Press to handstand, handstand push-ups, 90-degree push-ups. But when it comes to the 90-degree push-ups, I believe that's a stuff which starts to be not really that easily recognized as a hard skill. You are just like somehow flying and... But back to the handstand push-ups. Handstand is hard, push-ups are hard. When you will combine them and do handstand push-ups, Okay, that's hard, I can admit that. It's the same story when it comes to the one-arm handstand. Again, handstand is hard. And so holding your entire body weight on only one arm for 10 seconds, for example. Nice, bra. Front lever, my favorite skill, my loved one skill, well, love and hate relationship I have with this skill. How you can explain people that a front lever is a hella difficult skill? How? You can try to show them a tuck front lever if you have a pull-up bar in your pocket, but they cannot visualize the struggle, visualize the difficulty of that skill. And so it is just like you are flying and you are just holding a resting position, man. If they would know, resting position. You can say how long it typically takes, so 2 months, 2-3 years from the very beginning of a calisthenics journey. Maybe it would be enough for him to understand the difficulty, but still, it is a pulling move, it is a straight arm move in the correct form, of course, and you have so many information to tell him, for him to completely fully understand the difficulty, what skill it is. And that's another thing, why people stop watching calisthenics competitions. Imagine coming with your grandmother to the calisthenics competition and she would just stand there and... You would need to explain every single move, correct form, bad form, what muscles the exercises use, how long they need to hold it, every transition, dynamics, It's definitely not like a soccer, for example, or American football. There's just so much of stuff you need to explain in order for the people to at least somehow understand the difficulty, and do that to every single citizen you will encounter when you will flex with the statics in your town. Wow, you are levitating only on your hands. Full planche is a static move, straight arm move, you have to... And he will be already gone, man. So, which brings us to a full planche, which is, I believe, the same scenario. I forgot the front lever pull-up, which will be more impressive. Depends on how we will do it, and we'll get to that in a second. But the regular full planche static hold... I'm not so sure about that being an attractive move to normal people. Again, it depends. If you show this skill to a bodybuilder, for example, he will most likely understand it more than a regular mortar guy. But still, if you want to flex, handstand is a better choice. Don't do full planche. I even saw, if I can go back to the push-ups, people that are like doing shows at weddings, they do, for example, full planche, 360 ganger, dynamics, some freestyle, and then they do a human flag, I forgot that, and 360 push-ups. Superman push-ups. That is ancient. But people love it because they can imagine how hard it is. The mentioned human flag is on a little bit better spot than planche, front lever, because again, the human flag is, I believe, more a famous skill move that was, for example, used in many movies. Like, have you ever seen some actor doing front lever? That would be difficult a lot to really fake it. If full planche would be more famous exercise, and it would be even famous back then at the beginning of the previous century, then DiCaprio would be doing full planche on that railing instead of holding ropes. Full maltese is, I believe, more attractive to normal people because you are holding yourself, you are almost lying on the ground. Maybe that's a little bit drawback because people will have to kneel down and... Is he touching the ground with his feet or not? To really see. But I believe that this exercise, full maltese, is on a higher spot, on a higher rank, because you are holding yourself wide. And everything you do wide, handstand push-ups, is more attractive. And to end this section, one arm front lever is maybe also a little bit more attractive than the normal front lever because you are holding yourself on one arm and people can empathize in that because, for example, holding yourself on one arm, just hanging is also hard. Still, they have no idea how hard the actual one arm front lever is. And now we've got to the second part of the video, focusing on how to make these skills more impressive to normal people. We could say there are 3 ways. First one, entries. The second one, how long you do the skill. And the third one are strength dynamics, let's say, pull-ups, push-ups, basically something extra you add to that skill. You can make the planche more impressive by the entry because many people will just jump into the full planche in a millisecond and they are already holding it, which is not really attractive as we talked about it. So, in my opinion, an impressive entry is to slowly lean into the full planche. For example, don't just jump into it right away. It will be more strength demanding, sure, but if you want to impress girls, you have to sacrifice something. The second one, possibly, if you will slow down, if you will descend from handstand hold to full planche. As the third one could be considered the transition from bar keep, and you will switch the grip into supinate planche, full planche, and you do it on a high bar. I tried it also and I don't understand how they can switch grip. Like I just cannot like lose the grip and switch. Simply I'd say that you have to be really creative and find some ways that you think that they will be impressive for normal people, but just don't randomly jump into the front lever, into the planche, because the typical entry calisthenics athletes use many times is just jumping into the tuck front lever and then extending their bodies and holding it. Again, in a millisecond, they are already in a full variation. And so if you would again use a little bit more strength and be straight hanging and then slowly raise into the front lever. I know that doing something really fast is also display of strength, but so is doing it slow. Don't forget that. To this front level raise, you can add a little bit of style by doing the front level walk. A typical entry, you can do that, even add some twist of your body and some dolphin style. Yeah, I forgot. Perfect switch grip. Let's say, you start in a pull-up, you will pull yourself up and switch grip the opposite way, or it doesn't matter. Chin up to pull up and front lever. And yeah, you just gotta be creative with it. I don't know every single entry at this current moment. Comment down below if I forgot some really important entry. The second one, hold. How long you will hold it. You just gotta hold it a little bit longer than 1 second to make it impressive. And the third one, strength dynamics. Sure, if you will do front lever pull up, if you will do it controlled and not really like do it control, do it with style. You have to have style. I totally forgot to mention these two parts in the planche sections, but it's basically the same, planche push-ups. Again, don't do 30 planche push-ups with terrible form. Do 3 planche push-ups. License style, because license does them the best, I don't really think that people will appreciate some 20 swings, full planche push-ups, some Valentine style push-ups. Quality over the quantity. Full planche press is a question if it can be considered as attractive. They don't know that full planche is hard, so they won't know that full planche press is also somehow hard. So don't do full planche press. Because in the end, they will be amazed not by your full planche hold and full planche press. They will be amazed by the handstand you are doing after the full planche press. Now, when it comes to the maltese, I wanted to say that full maltese can be a really shocking move if you would do it from full planche and you would like slide, if you would have some sliding parallettes, slide into the full maltese position. Maybe this transition could make it a lot more impressive. And another really great entry, which is brutally difficult, is lying on the ground and then pressing from the ground into the full maltese position. Same for the full planche. I wanted to say it's not possible, but you can do like full planche push-ups. Yeah, I almost forgot the weighted calisthenics. If you want to get some girls, do weighted calisthenics. Pull 3 plates and she's yours. Thank me later. And I just totally lost myself in this topic. One more thing I will add to that is a human flag. Human flag push-ups / pull-ups, I don't know how to call them. They will really shock people also, like you are doing a human flag and you are doing push-ups in it, pull-ups. In the end, the most crucial information you should take from this video, don't do full planche in order to impress girls. Do rather pull-ups, do rather 20 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, and she's yours. Send me some picture from the bed. I hope you liked this video, I hope you found it interesting. And if you did, you can smash that like button down below, and if you want to support me a little bit more, you can by either becoming a member for $1 or you can send me the dollar through the PayPal link down below. I will appreciate a lot. It would be a huge support. But if you want to still support me somehow for free, you can watch this video with YouTube things you will like also. So I will see you there. Click on it. Have a nice day. Have a nice workout. And that's everything.